Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Mr. Brown. Today I'm going to go over the assignment with the HyperDoc on the Constitution and what you need to do. A lot of people are out the last couple weeks, so I think these will be helpful in making sure we're all in the same place. So we have started this HyperDoc. We really started the work for it the last couple of weeks, but now we are getting ready to write our own constitution for our class with a Bill of Rights. So up here, you'll see why we're doing this. What do we learn from it? And then as you go down, this is what we had talked about, the stuff from fifth grade. So if you missed the stuff in fifth grade, they didn't teach it, you didn't hear it, whatever the reason is, I put some of my old fifth grade stuff on here. There's two HyperDocs, one right here and the second one right here. They have lots of sources and links and games and things to do. We will not be going over it in class. We just don't have the time to do that and our current year. So you need to brush up on that if you are missing some of the areas or have some holes in your learning. Okay, the thing we worked on today on Tuesday was the difference between rights and responsibilities. Actually, we started that on Monday. Today we shared out. So you should be thinking about what are some rights that our class should have and what are some responsibilities our class should have, classmates should have. Okay, we brainstormed and put 3 of those each on some paper. As you are going through this HyperDoc, you're going to keep notes in your journal, your social studies journal. So we have people sharing out, which started today. Not everyone got to, not every class got to, but tomorrow we definitely will. And in your notebook, you're putting things that you think, ooh, that right I like, or oh, that one I don't like. And you're also going to be looking for moments when one of your teammates or classmates is kind of a Hobbes or a Rousseau or a Locke way of thinking. So I want you to keep that in the front of your mind. Do we need these rights and rules because in general people would mess around? Or do we need some that don't restrict people so that they feel like they have to be stressed? So those are the kind of things you're looking for. All right, here's an example of rights and responsibilities in the United States of America. So on the left, you see the rights. Those are things that the government or the country promises to you as a citizen, or on the left. On the right are the responsibilities. So those are things that you have to give back to the community or the government. Okay, stuff like paying taxes, stuff like jury duty, stuff like participating. Okay, then, so that is what we covered on Monday and Tuesday. On Wednesday, we will talk about the old Constitution, our Constitution, versus some of the newer ones. So this is a very interesting thing. Someone asked Ruth Bader Ginsburg when she was still alive after Egypt's government fell apart. Someone asked her what they should do to create their own new constitution. And she said she wouldn't really look at the old things, but more of the new things that are coming out, newer constitutions that countries have made. And so that is what we're going to look at. We're going to look at South Africa's constitution, which has an amazing preamble. And then we're going to look at Ecuador's constitution. Okay, so you're going to click here and listen to the article or the discussion. Not all of it is about that. It's actually several things. Then there are 2 articles you could read. One is pretty advanced and the other one is super advanced. Okay, I don't expect you to read all those, but I do expect you to listen to the podcast. Next thing we're going to do is you're going to look at on your own South Africa's constitution. and what they put in theirs. So the preamble is right here in this area. And remember, the preamble is the first part, the part that's before the rules. There are other clicks here. You could go to a summary of their Constitution. You can look at what they believe for children's rights in there as well. Once you read that or absorb that information, listening to it, then you're going to do the next part in your notebook. So, what were your feelings after reading the preamble? What were your thoughts that came to mind? What are parts you liked? What are parts you would change? Then you're going to look at their children's rights. Same thing. What did you like? What did you not like? What would you change? Okay, so that's for South Africa. Remember, South Africa is a country. It doesn't describe the southern part of Africa, even though it is the southern part, but it is a country. The next thing you'll do is Ecuador's constitution. And they have something unique in there, which is called the rights of nature. So in other words, nature gets rights also. So citizens get rights, but who defends nature? So it's your obligation, your responsibility to protect nature in Ecuador. In our country, we don't have that in the Constitution or any rights, but we do have that businesses have rights, corporations. So a corporation has some of the same rights that a citizen does, a human. So it's not weird to think, why would a tree have rights? If IBM or Apple Corporation has rights, then it would make sense that other things could have rights, like a tree. Okay? And so you're going to read about those here. And then again, there's some more information. And they have I put the preamble right here so you can read that one too. Keep in mind, some of the words might look misspelled, but they're not from English. Okay? And then there's questions again to answer in your notebook. Okay, then we have children's rights. So this whole section is rights that children should have. So what does the preamble say for children in South Africa? What does it say in Ecuador? So what do they say about children? Does our Constitution cover children? Well, ours is kind of old. Children were more seen than heard, so there's not really a lot about protecting children. And then you're going to answer these questions about the children's section. Okay, this is all due the 24th of September, which is next Friday. So you'll read this and do all the research this week. Then next week, you will have your own time to craft what you believe should be rights and what you believe should be in the Constitution. So what rights should students have in our class? And what obligations do students have in our class? What rights does the teacher have? And what obligations does the teacher have to you? Okay, so that's what you're putting together. It should be a beautiful document, well thought out. Don't just put, don't run, don't chew gum. Those are not what we're working on. We've been working almost 4 weeks on this. So it should show that we've been working that long, not that you worked the night before. Okay, if you have any questions, please let me know. Hopefully this will give you a good fill in on what we covered